Welcome to KK Java Tutorials. In previous video tutorial, we have learned how to write a Java program for linear search using iterative approach. Yeah, and this is the code which I have written. Just I have created this project out of the previous project which I had coded for the linear search using iterative approach, right? And just I have named the, just I have changed name of this class. That's it. If you look into the rest of the code, which I took from my previous project, right, in previous video. So if you did not watch my previous video, then I request you to go and watch, right? So this basically class I want to change into binary search, right? What happens in the linear search, if your input size or array size is small, then this approach is good, right? As you know, in earlier video we had talked about linear search. Linear search always takes time complexity big O of n, right? Because you have to scan through the array, entire array, and then only there is chance to get the search key, right? uh, as far as space complexity concerned, this takes a space complexity big O of 1, because only search key you have to store in the variable, right? Now this program I would like to convert into the binary search. So first of all, I'm going to code the binary search, and then after I'll explain you how basically binary search works internally. Yeah. So if your input size is very huge, right, then this approach is not good, right? You should go for the binary search. Binary search is much faster than linear search. Okay, so when we talk about the binary search, then there are some prerequisite in binary search. First of all, your input array should be in the sorted order, right? If that is not in sorted order, then you have to call arrays.sort and sort your input array. Yeah, so here you can see I'm telling the user to enter the array size, and that I'm keeping in the variable input array size. Then I have created an array of with that size, and now this array I'm just populating with the elements, right? User is entering the arrays element, right? Now I'm asking user to enter the search key element, right? And then I'm calling the linear search. So this linear search I'm going to rename. Okay, so I would do, instead of linear I will write binary search, right? Okay, first change, this one I have done. Rest of the things would be same. Even in binary search, if a search key we do not find in the array, then our algorithm should return -1. If search key we find within the input array, then our algorithm is going to return the index of that search key. Yeah, so rest of the things would be same. Now here we are going to make changes. So first of all, I'm going to remove all those code, and here just I'm adding a return stuff. So just returning -1. That would be the case when we do not get a search element within the input array, right? Here some of the things I'm going to do, like int, I would say start index. So a start index in this input array, of course that would be 0, right? So I'm in a slide with 0. Then int, I would say end index, or you can say last index, whatever. So I am going to write end index. Here you can give the variable name as last index, that will work as well. So let me write last index only, because here I have given the start, then last index. Last index is nothing but this is the last index, input dot input array size -1. This would be the last index, right? I hope it will be clear for this. Is very basic things, right? Now let's see, I would like to find the middle index of this input array. Then I would say int middle equal to start index plus last index, right? And you have to divide by 2. Very simple, right? Divide by 2. This would be the middle index. Now I'm going to start a while loop. Okay, in while loop what I'm doing, just I'm checking first index less than equal to last index. Yeah, If that is the case, then control will go inside, right? And here first of all I'm going to check if uh, if if search key we find on the middle index itself, right? Here let's see, I'm going to give mid index. If the search key we find on the middle index itself, right, then we will return the index, right? So here simply you have to write the return and middle index, right? It's very simple. Yeah, and else if we will proceed for another case, right? uh, let's say uh, let's say our search element. Now everything we are going to compare with respect to this guy. If search element, search whatever is the search element, our search element let's say our search element, this is the search element, right? Our search element is less than middle index, right? Middle index of the element. Then what will happen here? uh, you have to set. So that means let's say we have an array, and array is in sorted order, and first of all we check whether our search key is present in the middle index or not, right? If that is present, then we return the middle index itself. If our search element is less than the middle element, so as you know, array is in the sorted form, right? So here basically a start index would be the same, right? But last index is gonna change. Last index would be last index equal to middle index minus 1. We will discuss why I have given else there is be a else there is possibility our search element is greater than the middle element, right? That is the case only pending. In that case, a start index is going to change. A start index will have to write a start index equal to middle index plus 1, but last index would be the same. That's it, right? So now I'm going to run this program, and after that I'll explain you how basically this algorithm works. So here just I'm going to take the size as 5, then 5 elements I'm going to take. But before that, one thing I missed out, guys. So here whatever array we are taking as input, that array should be in the sorted order. That's the prerequisite of binary search, right? So here we are taking the array, and before that, before proceeding, what I'll do, arrays dot sort, right? Arrays dot sort, and here we'll pass this array, right? So this will be sorted. Now after sorting this array, we would like to print. So I'd say uh, input, sorry, I'd say input array, right? And input array we can print here. So we have arrays dot toString method we have, right? So array dot toString I'm going to use, and there we can pass this guy. So after sorted, we are printing input array as well, right? So if I run this application now, then size I'm going to take 5. Okay, now input array I'm going to take randomly, doesn't matter whether that is sorted or not, but our code will sort it out. So here you can see this is input array we have taken, but we have sorted, right, using arrays dot sort. Now this is asking me to provide the search element, so I'm going to give 28, right? So this is telling me 28 found at index 2. So 0 1 2. So algorithm is working for this. Now I'm going to test it out for again I'm going to take size let's say 6, right? And at this time I'm going to put some elements over here. Okay, and here you can see array is in sorted format, and here I'm going to search an element which is not present at all in this input array, then our algorithm should so why this guy is not returning anything? That was supposed to return. So here this should return if any case doesn't match them. So guys, there is some problem in this code. If I run, then that doesn't return value -1 if element isn't available in the input array. There is one modification we have to do. We have to put this condition inside the while, right? Because we are doing kind of manipulation on the middle element, right? So make that variable as a block level. So now if I run this code, then here you can see now I have entered input array, this one sorted order. Now if I am searching one of the element which is not available at all, then this is returning -1, right? And that's what saying that 124 not found in input array, and this is coming from here, right? So this is the code, but there is some modification we can do, right? So these are the things just we have hard coded over here. Instead of these things, these things we can pass to this algorithm itself. So what I'll do, I'll cut this code, and and here we are making call to this algorithm, right? So here before that, what we'll do, we'll put, and here I am going to input array, then start index you can pass, then you can pass last index, and then search array. Accordingly, we need to modify this method signature input parameter. So it's int, and then int last index. Yeah, that's it. Now still this should work, right? What this guy is telling, cannot be resolved a variable. Okay, so okay, now let me run once more. We have done a little modification, so let's run this code once again. So I am going to specify size as 6, and I am entering some elements here. So here there are 6 elements in the array, and I'm trying to search an element which is having a value 27. Yeah, so saying that this element is available at index 3, right? So 0 1 2 3, so there is that element, right? So that's all I have in this video, guys. So here, before leaving, let me explain you how basically this algorithm works. So first of all, what we have taken the input array, right? And input array, we find the middle index of the input array. First of all, you have to check this condition inside that. So always a start last index would be always greater than or equal to when we divide the array into two parts. Basically by this search, we first of all divide array into uh, input array into half, and this process happens recursively, right? Or you can say iteratively, right? Until unless uh, we do not get the search key or search element, right? So first of all, we have to check the condition last less than equal to start index less than equal to last index. After that, we need to get the middle of the index. So last index, first index plus last index, and divided by 2. In that way we will get the middle elements. So if you look into this array, this is the input array, so we have a size of 6. So here size of 6 means start index is 0. Okay, start index is 0, and last index is if you look into that would be 5, because length, array length -1. So 5 divided by 2, so this will store 2 into this middle index. So if you look at what are the middle index, 2, so 0 1 2. So first of all, this algorithm will check if whatever search key we are searching, basically 27, if that is present on the middle, then that will return the index, but that is not the case, right? So our element is not present in the middle. If you look in the middle of the this input array, so 0 1 2, this is the middle element, so 27 is not in the middle element. So now search element will go ahead, and that will check if search key is the less than input array of middle, right? So if our middle element is 20, so 20 search element is 27, 27 less than 20, that is wrong, right? So that will go in the else part, and that will set start index. That means our basically search element is greater than the middle element. That means a start index you have to fix a start middle plus one, and that starts from here, and that's why I have set it basically start index middle plus one. Last index would be the same, right? That is not going to change. That means our algorithm will search our element into I mean half of the array, right, or sub array after the middle element, right? And this process will repeat it, right, until unless we do not find the search element. Similarly, if our search element is basically less than the middle element, then in that case what will happen? So here we have a condition, search key is less than middle array, right, middle of the array element. In that case, uh, less than means your start index would be the same, but last index you have to set as the middle index minus 1, right? So that would be here, right? So middle element already we have considered over here, right? Middle element already we have considered. So last index would be middle index minus 1. So in that way our algorithm works. As far as basically concerned of the what would be the basically complexity. So time complexity, as you can see, algorithm always divides the array into the half, right? If we do not get elements, if we get the elements on the middle of the array, then time complexity would be big O of 1, right? But if we do not get array on the middle, then basically time complexity, how we will calculate? So always this basically algorithm divides the array into the half, and this process happens till we do not get the element, right? So after once again if we divide, then this condition will become true if element is present in the array, right? So time complexity basically worst or best time complexity of the binary search would be O of log n. You have to keep in mind. As far as a space complexity concerned, so we have only one search key which we will have to keep in mind. So a space complexity would be big O of 1. Yeah, so this is much faster than a linear search, right? So this is the just iterative approach how we can code binary search using iterative approach, right? In next video we'll see how we can code a same program using recursive approach. So guys, that's all I have in this video tutorial. Guys, big thank you, and see you there in the next video.